What local restaurant is handing out free food to the community tomorrow?
And later, what it's going to look like for returning students next semester. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon, I'm Fearrington.
And I'm Cristian Garza. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Governor Jay Inslee warned Washington State yesterday that a fourth COVID-19 wave is possible with case numbers and hospitalization rates rising. Inslee said the state has to knock down the virus a fourth time because of the rising cases, and the scientific truth confirms it.
Because unfortunately we are now experiencing significant growth in this virus in our beautiful state. That's hard to say on a sunny day, but it is the medical scientific truth and we have to face it. Cases have grown to over 1,000 a day. That's up from 700 a day in February.
Hospitalization rates have also risen and are now about 40 per day compared to 30 a day just 1 month ago.
With WSU going into hybrid instruction next semester, I spoke with students and faculty about what this change will bring for campus life next semester. Despite Whitman County rolling back into Phase 2, WSU is sticking to its original plan of having hybrid instruction next school year. The Daily Evergreen reports that at the Faculty Senate meeting on Thursday, President Kirk Schultz and Provost Elizabeth Chilton discussed in-person classes, saying that any class held in Pullman with 100 or more students will be remote. But for the courses with under 100 students, faculty members will teach in large lecture halls on campus to allow appropriate distance between peers. For students anticipating being in person, President Schultz has said that decisions about requiring vaccinations before being allowed into these classrooms will be made by the end of the semester because of pending legal counsel.
I think it'll be interesting, it will be difficult, but I think it'll be a lot of fun for the people making that transition from all online to a hybrid format.
With the semester coming to an end and graduation right around the corner, the big question on everyone's mind is, how is this new hybrid system going to affect the students and student organizations on campus with the growing number of undergraduates coming this fall?
It's just such a better learning experience to do like in-person events. You learn so much more, and I feel like it's also like a lot more like fulfilling when you do like a good in-person event, because you get to see people, you get to see like their interaction, you get to see like them enjoying it, you get to see like people laughing or like having fun, or like, and you're like, oh, I can see that. But right now you just see people on a screen, and yeah, the chat's going, but it's like it's not the same.
It's one thing to hold a club meeting over Zoom, and that's like all good and fine because it's basically the same thing as in person. But a lot of like what clubs are about is not only the meetings, but the social aspect, like of just finding a group of people you can hang out with in your free time. And like online, it's hard to do that.
For more information about hybrid classes and what it might look like next semester, you can visit registrar.schedule.wsu.edu. I'm Cristian Garza with Murrow News 8.
Washington State University's Cougar Health Services announced a goal to vaccinate at least 2,000 students by the end of the spring semester. That is happening in 2 weeks. The health center hosts vaccine clinics on Fridays. As of yesterday, all Washington adults became eligible to receive the vaccine. More and more people are getting vaccinated these days. Our reporter Sigmund Soroka looks at how people handle the symptoms after the shot.
COVID-19 vaccines have been given out like candy, but are the symptoms that it comes with worth it?
For some people, the symptoms hit that day. They're stuck in bed, they can't move, they got soreness and aches, while other people, they got no problem getting up and moving around. Hey man, I'm trying to sleep. I don't feel that good.
I felt fine the day of. Arm was a little sore, but then the next day, I felt like I had like the flu.
This morning I got it, and I've been having the chills, and like I'm like cold, but I'm sweaty.
The day of, I felt completely fine. Next day, my arm was so sore, and then I also got for 1 or 2 days hit with like overexhaustion, fever, chills, body aches.
The vaccine has been known to take people out completely, but it has not stopped anybody from getting it or getting it again in the future if necessary in 6 months.
just keep getting vaccinated so I can see my family.
And it's weird, but like in the long run, it's going to be worth it.
For Murrow News 8, I'm Zygmunt Soroka.
A 15-year-old girl was hit by a semi last night while running from a Colton area residence and is seriously injured. The Whitman County Sheriff's Office responded to a family disturbance to a home just south of Colton around 8:30 last night. When deputies arrived, the girl fled from the home, ran onto U.S. Highway 195, and then was hit by a northbound semi. She was flown from the scene and to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane. Her condition is unknown at this time. According to Feeding America, food insecurity has increased by 20% since 2019. The impact has seen right there on College Hill. Leaders at Sacred Heart Catholic Church and the United Church of Christ have made it their mission to help those in need. Murrow News 8, Andrew Bartline reports.
Father Steve Dublinsky just wanted to meet his neighbors.
No furniture in their apartment. I was shocked by the level of poverty amongst the students.
Sacred Heart gathers food for the Community Action Center miles from campus.
But what about our own neighbors?
And that just didn't cut it.
If you don't have food, you probably don't have a car.
One of his parishioners, Timothy Politz, formed a partnership with the CAC and teamed up with the United Church of Christ just a block away.
But I thought this would be a great place to do it on College Hill.
During the wintertime, what kind of food can you put in there?
But it turns out that the church has this, like a door on the side of the church where they put packages. That was a great place that we could put food inside a heated area.
Tim picks up food once a month. The United Church of Christ does the rest.
CAC provides the service, and we're just extending their reach into the College Hill community.
One of the things that I like about this is there's anonymity to it. It's accessible 24/7.
No one would speak openly with me who uses the cupboard, but it is being used. Take a walk with me down the street. They have a little library. Now, just yesterday, they took the books out of the library and replaced it with food. Now it's about 11 in the morning, and it's already gone.
People don't realize that if you're really short on funds, you'll try to pay your rent, you'll try to pay the gas, you'll try to pay the bills, but food kind of goes off to the bottom.
So we're hoping that this is going to be a permanent part of our church.
Pullman thrives because of WSU, and we want to be there to help the students.
Andrew Bartline.
I would have never known if I didn't go knock on their door.
Murrow News 8.
According to the Hope Center, 39% of college students are food insecure and 46% have insecure housing. If you would like to help locally with the Community Action Center, volunteer opportunities are available by contacting the email on your screen. Another Pullman restaurant is looking to help out the community. We have our reporter Josue Cuevas live at the scene.
Thanks, Asia. So I'm standing outside here of Min's restaurant where tomorrow you have a chance to get free meals from noon to 3 p.m. You come enjoy some delicious food. Now it is limited to one per person, but take advantage of this great opportunity if you happen to be in Pullman. Live from downtown Pullman. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Josue. In a collaboration between Idaho Food Bank and Moscow-Latah County United Way, they were distributing nutritious foods today at 10 a.m. The food boxes contain a variety of dairy, pre-cooked meat, and produce items. The distribution took place at the church on Mountain View Road and Joseph Street. The food is free, no documentation or eligibility required. For more information, you can go to their website at idahofoodbank.org/North Central or call them at 208-746-2288.
With the traditional Mom and Dad of the Year award in the past, W has a new award, and this time it goes beyond parents. Murrow News 8 reporter Josue Cuevas has more.
Every year, hundreds of members of the Coug family has a chance to receive Mom and Dad of the Year awards. But there's one problem with that criteria.
And because I had a story that, where I don't have my parents here.
That's right. Not everyone has a parent who can be nominated. So now the award is called the Chosen Coug Award, and this year's winner is Leo Calderon Sandoval.
And I just went. I didn't even know I was nominated, like I said. So I was in shock when I just heard that I had won.
Leo was nominated by his twin sister, Diana Calderon Sandoval, after many years of constant support from him.
Well, the reason why I nominated him was because he's a very caring person, especially towards me because the two of us we've been here alone, and so he was practically like one of the only people that I could rely on.
Alone indeed. Leo and Diana have been without their parents since the age of 12 when they moved from Mexico to Sunnyside, Washington. With that big move, they now had to navigate a new culture and learn a new language. But they did have each other through it all.
That's how it is. That's my mentality. Like, just me and her.
After winning the award, Leo discovered how much he truly did mean to his sister.
I didn't know. There was things that she mentioned that I did for her that in my head I didn't even, it was just something regular for me to do, or something that a brother would do. But like I said to her, it meant like something bigger.
Leo means the world to Diana, and for him, this award means more than the recognition it comes with.
When I learned that I had won the award, I was like tearing up because I didn't know I meant that much to my sister, like I said. So I feel like up to this point, that is one of like the biggest awards that I had gotten.
A proud recipient indeed. With Murrow News 8, I'm Josue Cuevas.
Coming up next, more on a fatal FedEx encounter in Indianapolis.
And find out what state has denied gay rights despite court rulings when we return.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. We lose some of the best moments, some that may never repeat,
Come on.
or detach from people around us. Our loved ones grow used to this pattern, but it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. It's never too late to live a full life again. Hear how many of us Vietnam veterans have managed our mental health and reconnected with our families. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Late last night, 8 people were killed after a gunman opened fire at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis. 4 others were shot and another was injured. The gunman killed himself before officers arrived at the scene. The motivation for the shooting is unclear. The victims and the shooter have not been identified yet. This morning, Vice President Kamala Harris commented on the shooting and called for an end to gun violence. At least 45 mass shootings have been reported over the course of the last 30 days.
The mass shooting in Indianapolis marks one of at least 45 mass shootings in the U.S. in the last month. According to CNN, a mass shooting is a shooting incident that results in 4 or more casualties. There were 3 such events just yesterday, one being at the FedEx facility in Indianapolis, another in Pensacola, Florida, with 6 injuries, and 4 were shot in Washington, D.C. A recent study by a student organization found that black residents are almost 3 times more likely to be arrested by WCPD. Murrow News 8 reporter Alex Catanzaro took a deeper look at the department is planning on how the department is planning to address racial disparities in its arrests.
While America awaits a verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial, it deals with another police killing of a black man, this one Dante Wright in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis where Chauvin sits on trial for the killing of George Floyd. These cases and others around the country have led to many discussions about racism in policing. That is no different here at WSU. The Student Legal Research Association, a student research group at WSU, was asked by WSU PD to conduct a study on arrest data. The study was recently published and found that black residents are 2.75 times more likely to be arrested by WSU PD. In the study, the SLRA suggested multiple ways for the department to address the issue at hand. One of those ways was the counter-bias simulator training, a program designed by Dr. Lois James at WSU Spokane.
That we use simulation, and it's a little bit manipulative, is that officers tend to like simulation. They tend to like classes that are a bit more tactical, a bit more skill-based. And so it's easier for us to have those difficult conversations based around the scenarios that we show and that that officers interact with.
Close to a dozen other law enforcement agencies are utilizing the simulator, including the Sacramento Police Department, where James is currently part of a study looking at the effectiveness of simulated training like hers. For Murrow News 8, I'm Alex Catanzaro.
Arizona and Tennessee are now one step away from restricting students' access to lessons on sexual and gender identity. Lawmakers in both states are sending bills to their governors this week that would allow parents and guardians to play a key role in the curriculum the students would be receiving. Arizona would require for students to get signed written consent from a parent or guardian before their school dives into the curriculum. In Tennessee, the bill sent to the governor would allow parents and guardians to excuse their children from the curriculum.
According to AP News, Alaska denies benefits to some same-sex couples by claiming their unions were not recognized. The agency that determines eligibility for a yearly oil wealth check paid to almost all Alaska residents denied to pay out for same-sex spouses or who are dependents of military members. This is after a federal court invalidated Alaska's ban on same-sex marriage in 2014, and it persisted after the Supreme Court legalized the unions nationwide in 2015.
A proposed constitutional amendment in Idaho that would have prevented the legalization of marijuana and other drugs died on Thursday. The legislation needed a 2/3 vote from the Idaho House of Representatives, but received 42 out of the 47 votes needed. The legislation already passed the Senate, and had it passed the House, it would have gone to a public vote in 2022, needing a simple majority to pass. Up next, find out if it's time to break out that sun tanning lotion.
When we come back here on Murrow News 8.
Days, months,
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
years,
I'd like to give you this.
a lifetime can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
We go to our virtual weather person, Chris Mitchell, to talk about what the week is going to look like here in Washington. Chris?
Thanks, Asia. It's a really nice day out in Pullman today, reaching a high of 68 degrees. Still going to get down to a low of 38, but overall moving in the right direction with the sun coming up before 6 a.m. And the UV index up to 5, so if you wanted to get some color from the sun, you will definitely be able to do that today. Still some wind at 11 miles an hour from the east. Moving on to tomorrow, very, very similar days, except a little bit of a higher high with reaching 72 and a little bit less of a low, getting to 40 degrees. And the sun coming up around the same time as well. Wind and sunset also very similar between today and tomorrow. If we could go to the state map, it's very, very nice weather across the whole state of Washington. Going up to Spokane, we hit 70 today, and it won't fall below 41. Moving into the center of the state is where you start to see the weather and the temperatures really starting to pick up. Tri-Cities reaches 78 and will fall down to 43 at night. So one trend you'll see is that it's still getting cold at night across the state. Yakima reaching 77 degrees and falling to 44. Moving to the west side of the state, that's where I'm at right now. I'm coming from Kenmore, Washington. And in Seattle, it's 76 and sunny, and it's going to fall down to a 49, the highest of the lows that we have across the state. And Olympia posts the highest high for today, getting to 79 degrees, not yet to 80, and then going down to 46 tonight. And if we could take it for the 5-day forecast, it's all sun throughout the next 5 days, but the best days are definitely going to be through the weekend, getting to 72, both tomorrow and Sunday. But the highs will begin to fall as we get back to the beginning of next week. 60 on Monday for the high and 64 on Tuesday for the high. So we're going to hope to see that the pattern from this weekend pick back up, so you'll have more of a chance to appreciate it. And it's one thing about the temperatures falling at night is that you're going to want to, if you're going to go to a sports game like a soccer or baseball, you might want to bring a jacket or a blanket to get with you at night. Thanks, guys. Going back to the desk.
Thanks, Chris. After the break, find out how WSU volleyball did at their NCAA tournament this week.
And later, see what WSU has in store for their spring sports season after this.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Hi, I'm Zygmunt Soroka with your sports. Women's volleyball goes the distance with Western Kentucky University but falls short in a 3-2 match. The Cougars lost the first 2 sets but rallied to secure the third and fourth set before losing the fifth. Jen Greeny and Kalia Williams sat down for a post-match press conference.
I'm really proud of the team for fighting back and taking it to 5, and then just little errors there at the end, but against a tough team, you can't make those errors.
The season is over for women's volleyball after 5 straight postseason appearances. And the weather outside is going to be beautiful this weekend for Cougar baseball as they play host to the University of Arizona this weekend. WSU comes into the 3 o'clock game ranked second in the Pac-12 with a 4-8 conference record and a 16-12 record overall. The last time the Cougs took the diamond on Bailey Brayton, they posted a goose egg against Gonzaga, losing 9-0. Women's rowing is headed to Ohio to compete in the Big Ten Invitational. The event is set to begin on April 17th with the start time still to be announced. And the Cougars are in the Apple Cup today to finish out their regular season. The Cougs are coming off a tie against Oregon, sitting at an aesthetically pleasing 2-2-2 record in the conference. The game will take place on the lower soccer field here in Pullman at 6 p.m., where the Cougs have a 4-0-2 record on the pitch. The women lost their first game against the Huskies on March 19th, 1-2. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, Major League Soccer is back. The Sounders will take the pitch for the first time in 2021 at 6:30 p.m. against Minnesota. The Sounders finished the 2020 season with an 11-6-5 record, placing them second in the Western Conference. When we come back, find out what animal is on the Pullman Park's radar.
Here on Murrow News 8.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The city of Pullman is planning to work with trappers to prevent beavers from causing more damage to trees at City Playfield next to South Fork Palouse River. The city received calls from residents about trees being chewed up and damaged. The damage presents a safety issue at the park as the damaged trees hang near a walking path and hover over the river.
So excited for the sun this weekend. Do you have any plans?
No, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful weather that we have here in the Palouse.
Sounds amazing. Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you missed anything in this or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/MN8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good afternoon.